Okay, wow, this is not how I was expecting to start the episode, but hey, before I could hit the record button, I went to collect an item orb, and it just so happened to be a vision. We finally collected all 8 kelp mushrooms. These should fill up Kofuko? Yeah, I went to collect this item orb in the corner of the Divine Sanctuary, and it happened to be that. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we made it to a new area, that being Makna Forest. We started exploring a little bit, got our butts kicked by a unique monster, as one does. And, this episode, we are going to be continuing our way through Makna Forest, seeing what we can find. I really don't want to fight you guys, so like, I'm just gonna go. If that's okay, I think I'm just gonna bail. You guys aren't, yeah, that's right. That's fine. They're okay with it. They're chill. Alright, boys, come at me! You're not gonna... You're gonna do the same thing again? Alright, come on. Come down here. Come down here. Come on, honey. There you go! Finally! No, not that one! No, not that one! No, oh god! Oh god, I made a mistake! Oh, I made a massive mistake! Oh, this is not good. Oh, I accidentally locked on the wrong enemy. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad. Donban, what are you doing, you idiot?
I'm not doing too well.
What are you guys doing? Oh, this is horrible. This is not going well. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. I should probably draw the aggro on you guys. Oh, come on! Why is there a third one? Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, I can see that, Charla. Okay, cool. We completed the side quest because we killed the quad wing. Good job done, man. All right, cool. Let's try to take some of you out. Okay, that didn't do much. Oh, what now? Cool, 800 damage. I don't care. Cool down, man. That's pretty. Oh god. Okay. And now I'm dead. Okay. Done. Hey, Charla, you can do me like the biggest favor and heal me. Oh, hun. If you could like heal me, that would be the greatest thing ever. If you could pull your head out of your tits and heal us, Charla. What in the ever-loving hell are you doing? Oh my god! Why are you fighting Charlotte? I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. I'm running. Never mind. I'm not running. I'm mad. I'm genuinely mad. It feels like Charla is not doing jack. So you know what? I'm gonna play as Charla. I'm gonna play as Charla because I want to see why the AI is having so many issues. I swear, this is the worst Charla has ever performed in any playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles I have ever done. It can't be because she's missing one healing move. That cannot be it. There is no... You know what? I'm just gonna play it safe. I'm just gonna play it safe. Enemy's too strong? No game. Charlotte's just being dumb. As much as I don't want to play as the healer, I feel like I have to at this point because she cannot do anything for the life of her. And it's getting infuriating. Alright, let's see how this goes. Gonna make sure cool off stays good. There we go. Alright, come on. There we go. There we go. Shulk? Really? You use Monado? Friendly reminder, Shulk's AI is not very good. Like, oh my god. Oh, you're a big boy. Oh, you're a big boy. Okay. That's cool. I'm going to avoid you like the plague. Wow. That is a strong enemy. Yeah, I really don't know what is wrong with Charlotte's AI, because, like, we're not having any issues with fights. At least I feel like we're not. Oh, shit. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Look at that. See, like, we're not really doing that bad. It's, I don't know what's wrong with Charlotte. I really don't. Her AI just seems to be really bad. Yeah, admittedly, one of the things that I really don't like about playing as Charlotte is I'm forced to go watch on this from the sidelines and just focus on everyone's HP and make sure it doesn't drop too low. It's not a role I overly like to play. But anyways, as I was trying to say before, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite enemies in the game, the dinos. I don't really want to go into why the dinos are my favorites just yet, because they're a pain. Fighting them is a pain, but I will admit, they're fun, they're goofy, but I'm going to try to avoid fighting them for now. And actually, before we go any further, I have had a very bad habit of not doing this. Let's turn off expert mode for now, as this will be very important for what we are about to do. And you'll see when we get there. I don't know if you're the nebula that I need for Colony 6. I'll figure it out. For now, let's just continue the story, which is something that I have a bad reputation of not doing.
Over there.
Hey, are you okay? You.
Shulk, what's wrong? Another vision?
Kind of. I'm not sure. But first, she needs help.
You're right. Let's look for somewhere safe.
There, I see a clearing under a giant tree. We can easily watch for anything approaching.
Okay. I'll carry her.
She hasn't sustained any serious injuries, but her condition is far from stable.
Do you know what's wrong with her?
Her symptoms suggest ether deficiency. It's well known that HOMs are strongly affected by ether levels in the environment. But I've never seen symptoms like this before. A sudden drop in ether content in the surrounding atmosphere causes a reaction. Symptoms range from fatigue to nausea. But in this girl's case...
What can we do?
We're gonna need water-type ether crystals. I'll load the crystals into a cartridge to shoot from my rifle.
Eh? You're gonna shoot her?
No, silly. I'll fire them into the air and the dispersed ether will heal her.
That's what I thought.
But the problem is the crystals. We can't just use any old crystal. They must be as pure as possible. This area must have a water source nearby. We should search there first.
I spotted a waterfall a little way back. What do you think, Charlotte? Would a waterfall produce pure crystals?
I can't think of a better place.
Then it's decided. I'll search for the crystals.
Hey, you're not going on your own.
I'll be okay. I need you to look after the group. We're short on water too, so I'll fill up our flasks.
Hey, good idea. Take care, man.
Remember when I said that it's good to go get this landmark at the lakeside? Now you know why. Really? I just wanted to go back like 10 steps so that way I could get a landmark. Fine, Aim. Fine. Yeah, no, it's good to take care of this landmark and get it first before going this far because you're playing as Shulk. Shulk cannot handle a fight on his own. I'm just gonna tell you now. So, second best option is a fast travel.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello there.
Hello.
How unusual. It is quite rare to see a Homs in this region. I suppose you're wondering why I am here in that case. Then permit me to introduce myself. My name is Alvis.
Alvis? My name's...
It's Shulk. Isn't it?
How did you know that?
Wielder of the Monado, defender of Colony 9, the hero that has every mechon running. You're famous amongst all Homs.
I know you from somewhere.
They're here.
Huh?
The Monado emits a particular ether wavelength in its ground state. It must have drawn them.
Huh? Oh! What are they? Alvis! Get out of the way! I'll deal with this myself. From the left? Then I'll go. Huh? How? Now, from above! It can't be! I saw its movements before it struck! How can it...
It is a telepia.
Telepia?
They can read your mind. Whether you have a vision or not, if they know your next move, it's all in vain.
You know about my visions? How could you possibly...
There is only one way. Stop it in its tracks, then dull its perception.
No, Alvis! Stop! You don't know how to... Huh? A new symbol? Ha! That was... amazing.
I suggest you stop staring. The sword is yours to wield.
What was that light?
The Monado does not control itself. You control it.
I control it. By the light of the Monado, I will stop them.
Shulk has got a new art! No, it is not Monado Jump from Super Smash Bros., although you may think that considering that it's green. No, it is Monado Purge. Admittedly, one of my favorite arts in the entire game. Using Purge removes a monster's aura and temporarily prevents them from activating another aura. Telethia's aura, which is Soul Reed, is particularly strong. It allows them to... I mean, to put it bluntly, it's basically a glorified Monado speed, how they're able to read your mind and essentially dodge any attack you throw at them. Remember to replenish the talent gates by auto-attacking. Just a friendly reminder in case you're one of those people who always forgets. I know you may be thinking, there's not a single person out there who's like that. I have watched playthroughs. There are people who forget your talent art is refilled by auto-attacking this far in the game. So, now that we've got 3 Telethia to fight, why don't we try out this new talent art? Now, one thing I should mention about this fight, Alvis is a party member in this, but only during this fight. He will make sure that you don't die. That is actually what Alvis is here to do. He will make sure that you will never die. So, now that Soul Reed, or Mind Reed was activated on the Telethia, great way to use Monado Purge. One thing I should mention about Monado Purge that the game doesn't really go over. On top of Monado Purge being a really good art for getting rid of auras, it also does damage. Oh, clearly you can see that. But, you know, again, there's so much text going around all over the place, you may not notice right off the bat. So yes, keep in mind, Monado Purge does do damage, so it's good for more than just getting rid of auras. Man, it's a good thing Dunban isn't a bad guy, because considering the fact that he's a party member that's all about using auras, I feel like he would have a hard time dealing with Monado Purge. Really, game? Are you serious? You know what? You know what? I'm going to utilize this moment to show off Alvis's arts because he has so many. He has Lost Ray, which deals a large amount of physical damage. He also has Cross Ray, which deals physical damage. Yeah, Alvis is not a very, very prominent character. Also, he's 10 levels lower than me. I never noticed that. Well, cool. Yeah, Alvis is really just here to make sure you don't die. That's pretty much his role in this fight. It's a little sad. Also, you may notice in the fight, Alvis is actually using a recolor of Shulk's junk drive from the beginning of the game before he had the Monado, and really, really.
Well, you see now, Shulk?
Thank you. Hey, wait a second. More importantly, where on Bionis did you learn to use the Monado?
They were not the primary Telethia. Merely its spawn. The primary Telethia dwells elsewhere in Makna Forest. Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
A girl?
The Monado is a divine sword capable of disturbing the very fabric of existence. Of both the material and the immaterial.
Alvis, how do you know so much about the Monado? Who are you?
Shulk! Shulk!
Huh? That's Rhine. I'm over here!
Shulk, we looked all over for you. Thought you'd been eaten by the forest.
Sorry, Rhine. I got attacked by Telethia. If it hadn't been for Alvis, I wouldn't have survived.
Alvis? Who's that?
I'll introduce you. He's the one that... Alvis? But he was...
There's no one here.
I'm telling you, he was right here. He even taught me how to unlock a new power from the Monado.
Just you and me, Shulk. Ain't no one else around. You probably passed out from dehydration and dreamt this guy up. Come on. Wait till the others hear this.
He was here, Rhine. I didn't dream it. I'm not lying.
Okay, okay. I believe you. And while you were having fun with your imaginary friend, did you find any ether crystals?
Yes. Good quality ones, too.
Perfect. Come on. We should hurry them back to Shala. Hang around here long enough and we'll get whacked by an imaginary beast.
I'm not lying. Alvis. Who are you?
An enemy that renders your visions useless. This forest holds many surprises. Not least creatures we've never seen before. And now we know there is another who can use the Monado.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet him.
So you weren't just having a sneaky nap then?
No.
I'm just saying. You and Dunban are the only ones I know that can wield the Monado. How would this guy know how?
Okay, locked and loaded. Everyone, stand back.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's coming round. All thanks to our medic.
Are you okay?
Where am I?
Everything's fine. You're gonna be...
Get your hands off me!
Ah! Hey, watch it!
Forgive me. I did not mean to...
Sorry if we surprised you.
Are you the ones who helped me?
Well, something like that.
Excuse me. My name is Melia. Forgive my indiscretion. I have not had the pleasure of coming into contact with the male Homs.
Coming into contact?
Hey, Shulk, you're creeping this lady out.
Shut up, Rhine.
This large one is far worse.
Me?
Melia, is it? How did you get here then? What, is there no one with you? I must apologize, but my situation does not concern you. And I shall not be divulging anything to common passers-by.
Duly noted, your ladyship. But if I were to be so bold, I'm guessing that you didn't come here alone. And you weren't just taking an afternoon nap.
And what, may I ask, are you doing here? It is rare to see Homs venture this deep into Makna Forest.
We're traveling to the head of the Bionis. We've got a long journey ahead of us.
The head of the Bionis?
We were just figuring out how to get there when we found you.
I see. Then permit me to return the favor by aiding you in your quest.
Really?
There is only one path to the head of the Bionis. It is the path that leads to Erith Sea.
So, this Erith Sea is at the head of the Bionis.
If you would be kind enough to escort me out of the forest, I will show you the way.
You do that? Thank you, Melia. I'm Shulk. Pleased to meet you.
Shulk. Ah, yes. Likewise. She's a bit high and mighty. But she's a Homs too, right? Why is she here alone?
Ain't got a clue. Ask her yourself. I'm not good with her posh accent.
We shall travel to the Nopon village.
Nopon village? That's where we've been heading. We reckon it's our best chance of making it to the top.
Since inhabiting the region, the Nopon have been a great help. You can travel to Erith Sea from their village.
It's settled. We'll make our way to the Nopon village.
Very well. The Nopon inhabit a giant tree. If we follow this trail, we will be safe.
I don't want to come across as overly dramatic, but you have no idea how long I have been waiting to get Melia to join our party. She is the best character ever! I love Melia. I love her. I love Melia. That's all you need to know. I love Melia, and I will gladly explain why for the remainder of this video, because oh my god, I love Melia. Beware of monsters with spike abilities. We've seen this a little bit in previous episodes, but this is the part of the game in which they actually go over what spike is. From Makna Forest onwards, you will encounter monsters with spike abilities. These monsters can automatically deal damage and inflict debuffs on a party member in certain circumstances. Spike damage cannot be lessened by increasing physical defense or ether defense. It pierces. Spike does not care what your buffs are. It's gonna deal whatever it wants to you. You'll know when Spike is activated on an enemy if it's got those purple spikes on their health bar, as I have talked about before. There are different types of Spike. There are 3 types of Spike abilities. There are counter spikes, in which the monster will deal damage based on you inflicting damage to them. There is a down spike, in which they will activate Spike upon being toppled. One thing I should mention, you can actually counter a counter spike by toppling the enemy. Then there is a close spike, in which you'll just take damage just by being near the enemy. So, just don't. Ways you can deal with spike is by either using Monado Purge or having spike defense gems. Was not expecting all of that then and there, but cool. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. So I feel like for the remainder of this episode, we're probably just going to go over new things with new party members and new things with old party members. So, first things first, I want to head to the tutorials. As we've got a new character, Melia. Melia's talent art is Elemental Discharge. If I summon an elemental, I can use this art without worrying about the talent gauge. Remember, each elemental discharge refills the talent gauge. When my talent gauge reaches its maximum, I automatically enter a burst state and my concentration increases. Elemental discharge does more damage during a burst, which is more helpful. My arts are quite special. It is particularly tricky to use my summoning arts such as Summon Bolt and Summon Flare. Let me see if I got this straight. While the elemental is summoned, it grants buffs, then dismissing it deals damage, right? Indeed. So it is best if I first support everyone else by granting buffs, and then fire off an elemental at the end. Right. If you just launch it all out attack, Ryan will probably find it hard to draw the monsters. Aggro is his job. Yeah. That is a lot. Melia... Okay. I need to be upfront when it comes to Melia. You can clearly hear how excited I am to have Melia in the party. She is, without a doubt, my personal favorite character to play as in the game. However, she is not beginner friendly. Best way I can describe Melia, she's a mage. And you'll see what I mean in a little bit. For now, let's head on back just a tiny bit to A, get this location, and B, see if I can fight some enemies. Because I really want to demonstrate Melia's abilities. She is an incredibly helpful party member. In fact, you know what? No. This is a good team. This is a good team setup. I like this. Let's see. Actually, no. I want to swap Shulk in. This is going to be an odd team. This is going to be an issue. But you know what? I welcome the challenge. I specifically want to fight the Nebula, as Melia is a pure ether type party member. And how so does she fight? Well, starting into the fight, I'm going to let Shulk and Dunban take care of this. Melia's entire mechanic is that she can summon elements. I'm going to start by summoning Aqua, which is a water elemental. If, upon summoning an elemental, you will get these little orbs above Melia. That is your buff. So long as I have my buff active, it affects the entire party within a certain proximity. The farther I go away, the less active it is. Summon Flare, summon Strength, or gives everyone a Strength up buff during the fight. Summon Bolt, ups Ether. And again, so long as everyone has, or so long as Melia has these elements active, she will buff up the party. But if I use her talent art, Elemental Discharge, it gets rid of one of my elements in order by the most recent one activated in order to use an attack. Additionally, I have summoned Copy, which will copy the most recent element that I activated. I'm actually not that worried that we killed that. Or didn't kill it. It exploded. I'm trying to show up more of Melia. Don't worry. I don't really care too much about fights. I just want to explain everything. Melia's also got a couple other things up her arsenal. She has Shadow Stitch, which will inflict Bind, as well as Hypnosis. If we go to her other arts, she's got quite a bit. She's also got Healing Gift, which sacrifices her own HP to restore the HP of a party member. I'm going to be blunt. This art is awful. Melia is... she cannot be touched. She is a delicate one. She's got no defense. She has no HP. So having a move in which you sacrifice your own health to save someone else for a character that already doesn't have much health to begin with is really dumb. I never use Healing Gift. I don't know a single person who has ever used Healing Gift. It is a bad art. Additionally, she has Spear Break, which is her really one of her only physical attacking arts. Spear Break has some good practical uses, just not right now. So with that said, you may have noticed that I forgot to talk about one specific art, Burst End. Burst End is a fantastic art, but it's got some caveats to it. And let's show that off. First things first, I'm going to summon my elements, get our buffs up, and considering how weak this enemy is, I'm just going to focus on filling up the talent gauge. As Burst End is an art that can only be used once Elemental Discharge has been filled up. So give me a quick sec and I'll get that talent art filled up. And actually, may want to head in here as we've got some items we're gonna need. Obviously for a later side quest. Okay, here we go. Finally, a worthy opponent. Now, I usually have a typical buff setup for Melia. I usually like to have summon Aqua at the tail end, so have it as the very first art that I activate, because just having a very slow trickle regenerate is always good. It's always good. And then depending on who is in my party, I will either summon Flare next or summon Bolt. If I have more ether-based users, I will use summon Bolt. But for this team, considering I have more physical attackers, I will go for summon Flare. And then my third element, I really don't care for buffs. I use it for actual physical attacks. So I'll just alternate between whatever element I have active. That's typically how I like to play Melia, but it's more so up to you. And I know some of you may notice that I am putting a lot more emphasis on Melia's bio and her attacks than the other party members. Listen, I got a bias, okay? Melia is one of my favorite characters. She is precious. I love her. I love her character. I love her combat. I love everything about Melia. She is easily one of my favorite characters. So yeah, I'm gonna give her some more screen time. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I like Melia. Alright, here we go. Now that I've got Elemental Discharge filled up, it's time for Burst End! It's really it's just an overly glorified physical down art. It has really good range, so if you're fighting a ton of enemies, you're pretty much gonna hit everyone, because it's got a wide range. But really, it just lowers physical and ether defense. That's all it does. Now, as for you, Shulk, you know what? Let's lower some more physical defense. Dumbman, go for the topple. As if I remember correctly, the dinos have Spike, which actually gets to show off why I love these enemies so much. When you topple them, their head comes off and attacks you. It's one of the fewest enemies that actually has a physical change when they have Spike. You know Spike is activated on a dinos because its head comes off and starts to fight you. It pulls a misfortune. Which is actually a really fun visual indicator because in the original version of Xenoblade Chronicles, you didn't know if an enemy was inflicting Spike on you unless you saw the purple numbers indicating Spike damage during a fight. There was no visual indicator on their health bar. That is a definitive edition change. So having a visual indicator for the actual enemy design was really nice, and it was something that always stood out to me, which is why the dinos are one of my favorite enemies. It also reminds me of Misfortune from Skullgirls, and anything that reminds me of Skullgirls makes me happy. Now you may be wondering why we have returned to Colony 9. Simple. We have a new party member, which means unique dialogue, which means quests. But we're not gonna do that to end off the episode. Instead, we're gonna take a look at all of the other new things that we've gotten for our party, starting with the skill trees. Wow, you have not gotten your final skill, Shulk? Really? Alright, going over you later. Ryan, on the other hand, actually did get his last skill. Which I just realized this one's called Wall of Muscle. Further increases max HP. I wonder if I can actually equip that on anyone. No, maybe. Hold on. Let's see. Ryan. No, we cannot. Interesting. Alright. Well, anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. So if you notice, this skill branch for Ryan is completely filled up. Meaning, we have nothing to do over here. So why don't we focus on Spirit? It's always good to pay attention to this, because if you keep your skill branch on a branch that is already filled, you're kind of wasting your SP. Just keep that in mind. Let's see, who else got a new art? Ooh, oh yeah, Shulk got Monado Purge. I'm like, ooh, Shulk got a new art. No duh, he got Monado Purge. Might as well max that out. Now, Charla, what did you get? Heal counter. Creates a special ether barrier that restores HP when attacked. It's essentially a healing spike. That's really good. I kind of, yeah, we'll put that in there. We'll put that in there. No more tutorials, so let's check our Collectopedia before we head on out. Because we got actually quite a bit. Already got all of our vegetables. Ooh, sleep resist 3. That'll actually be really good when dealing with the fucking quad wings. I will not forget that fight. I will not forget the fight in which I was ganged up by a bunch of wolves. Or not wolves. Ferrises and quad wings. Alright. Well, with that said, we made a ton of progress today. We explored a lot more of Makna Forest, got a new party member, and next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're going to return to previous areas with our new party member and see what quests we can take care of before eventually heading on over to Frontier Village. And until then, I will see you all later. I am so glad I finally have Melia. She's finally here. I also just noticed her shoes are Xenogears as fuck.